So Akeem, thanks for being a part of this interview, Artist Peeps section. Could you tell me more about yourself? Do you go by any other name or?
Yes, I do. Well, I've been using Akeem Chandler as my stage name because of Nifka. They would have had that as the artist name I was billed as, and a lot of people saw that and kind of just started booking me as Akeem Chandler. But my stage name is actually Stone with Cupid.
Stone with Cupid.
Stone with Cupid, yeah.
How is that name possible?
It's really like a culmination of a lot of things. I believe that you should live a life surrounded by things you love, or things that you're infatuated with. So Stone with Cupid is really a summary of indulging in things that you love.
Okay.
It's like a way of life, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are a rapper?
Correct.
As well as a spoken word artist.
Yes, I am.
Why you decided to switch from rap to spoken word?
Well, it had a lot to do with perception within Barbados. Spoken word is kind of seen as a more softer genre than rap. When people hear you're a rapper, they have a perceived notion of what you are and what you will be. And I find a lot of doors started to close because of that. The funny thing about it is that rap is rhythm-assisted poetry, and spoken word is just poetry without the rhythm assistance. So if you could rap, you could do spoken word. And the ironic thing is, a lot of my spoken word pieces are just rap songs I deconstruct.
Okay.
Perform my spoken word pieces, but they're perceived completely differently. And since I started calling myself a spoken word artist, the perception in the public towards me changed dramatically, despite doing the same thing.
Well,
so,
when you say their perception changed, what do you mean?
I used to put a lot of songs, and the songs were actually good, but I never felt as though people felt the same way I felt about them.
Okay.
And then when I perform spoken word pieces, I get standing ovations and claps and get booked for a lot more gigs despite it's the same material. It just seems like people like the spoken word more than the rap, despite it's the same thing.
Do you think that rap is seen in our society as something negative or more negative, and spoken word might be more intellectual?
Spoken word definitely is more intellectual. I don't know if rap is seen as a negative thing. I think it's seen as something that you're trying to do and not something you are.
Okay.
And most of the rappers here in Barbados, there are a lot of good rappers, but it's still a voluntary art form. Whereas you got to go and look for rap to hear it.
Okay.
Whereas when it comes to soca, reggae, dancehall, it's played on the radio, so you don't have to go and look for the artists to find the music. I think if rappers are being played on the radio, we would have a lot of Bajan hip hop fans, but they have to go and look for it, and Bajans are lazy, so they don't look for it. We spoken word now, it's happening right in front of you. So you pay money to get in the place, you can get up and walk out when the performer come on. So you have no choice but to listen to it. And then if Bajans be like, no, this man actually pretty good, and they actually tune in and listen, and they actually respect your craft. Whereas with rap, they have to go and search for you, and nobody's searching for you.
Do you think that the respect is more so in terms of how the language is portrayed on stage? Because there are some rappers who are Bajan.
Right.
If you get them off the stage, they're gonna talk rough like a Bajan.
Right.
And chew up words and, you know, our vernacular. When they go on stage, they be talking like they're from the New York City. And this is how I feel about my mama. And people like, well, you talking about you live down in the farm? Like.
But there are reggae artists from Barbados and some of the Jamaicans.
Yes.
And there's soca artists from Barbados and the Trinis.
Yes.
So I think it really has to do with the origins of the art form, because men hip hop would have emerged from America, and most of the successful hip hop artists are American. Your influences and your measuring rod of what a rapper would be would most likely be American. So I guess that is why. I'm guilty of that too, you know, to some degree, because well, I get told that I speak with an accent normally in real life. I don't know how true that is. You gotta tell me. I don't
Which one do you prefer, rap or spoken word?
I like both equally. With spoken word, I don't have to pay a producer, I don't have to pay an engineer, I don't have to pay for a session. When they're performing, I don't have to pay for dancers. I don't even have to buy clothes. I could come on stage, bare back and barefoot, and perform. The audience doesn't know the piece either, so if I mess up, they don't know I mess up. So spoken word, it gives you freedom that rap does not give you. But then you perform in a rap song and the crowd actually know it, and you can like bounce and stuff. But you can't crowd surf in Barbados because that's a terrible idea. But when you really get into the audience with rap, it is a beautiful thing. Whereas with spoken word, it's a more sit down, relax energy and listen to what you're saying. Nobody's jumping up and down with the spoken word. But with rap, it could be like a
Tell me what it's like being a young artist in Barbados. The good and the bad.
The good and the bad. I feel that Barbados can be stagnated at times. We have a lot of artists doing the same thing. We have the same people doing the same thing, especially when they pop over. It's same. You can guarantee that certain people is going to make the finals, certain people are going to perform, certain people are going to win. So when you're young, you kind of bring this new experience, and people are hopeful. People are hopeful that you do well, that you dethrone the old dogs and the old heads that have been doing it for years. People are proud of you. They're rooting for you. They want you to do well. The bad is that people think you don't know what you're doing. You have a lot of older people telling you, do it this way, this ain't right, this is the problem with Barbados, and you get blamed for a lot of things that you have nothing to do with. And people talk to you that you don't know what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. This is your craft, this is your life. You've been honing it for years, despite your age. You just got to deal with a lot of negativity sometimes. But it teaches you balance as a person. It teaches you to sing to yourself, breathe, the whole sound moment, and act accordingly.
Do you think that there is a lack of respect coming now, being devil's advocate, from the younger generation to the older heads? Because there are some older heads who will say that they enjoy what the younger people are doing, but they need to do their research. They need to delve in more about the history of what they're doing. Maybe ask for pointers from people who've been there before, so that the path you are on, you don't have to work that hard, because they have the experience and they can teach you something to make your craft a bit easier because they've been there before. Do you see a lack of respect where the younger artists are concerned to the older heads?
That's a good question. Maybe. Because young people, we have a very singular mindset sometimes. Sometimes we think, okay, this is trash, this is garbage, I ain't doing it. Like, same spoken word, for example, when I was younger, and I was just rapping, spoken word wasn't really something that I considered cool. It's only when I really start diving into it that I realized, no, this is pretty dope. But I do think we can be disrespectful at times, but also when you approach older people for advice, some of that attitude is we stank though, so like, it is don't really want to deal with it.
Tell me some of the people you have worked with so far.
Well, I'm part of a NIFCA Performing Arts Ensemble, which is an ensemble created by the NCF with various disciplines, dance, drama, and music. And within that ensemble, there are people like DJ Simmons, a lot of singers, dancers, Ace Dance Group, and I've had the opportunity to work with people of other disciplines that normally I wouldn't have worked with. So we did a couple of evening of folk, and that experience working with so many varying genres, it was interesting. It was the first of its kind for me. And that was pretty dope. There was Love, Poetry and Sound, where no, here's the thing. I didn't realize this happened at Love, Poetry and Sound until after the fact. I performed right after Ray Plasterby, right? And Ray Plasterby had the crowd going. And as I said, my spoken word is very low energy. I would have talked about the man that get ears because he meet this girl on the cruise and assets with she raw. This is by no means hype, right? Very plastic. I got the crowd going, and then I come on with my depressing spoken word, and I still caught the audience. And they didn't catch on that. Like, it was such a shift in energy to after the fact. And I was like, yo, I know falling very plastic, but I kept the energy the same level. I was like, yo, Akeem, you kind of hard though. So I took my own horn. When I used to rap, I worked with a lot of producers. They called GMC. He's a pretty dope producer. I would have worked with a producer called Escoban. There's a friend of mine called Brandon. His station is Don Antonio.
Are there any people that you would like to work with in the future?
I met an artist called Shian. An amazing artist, an amazing vocalist. This was the first time I was meeting her. And she had this song called Body to Body. And I was just like, yo, this is so good. Like, I would love to feature with her. So she's one artist. Oh, there was a girl that sings jazz called Isabella Burnham. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing her name right. If you're watching this, don't fight me. I heard her perform one time. She performed like when I performed that. right? It was a friend of mine event at UE.
Okay.
She was playing the bass guitar, her and another girl named Lexi. And I was saying to myself,
Lexi.
right, I was saying to myself, this is dope. I would like to work with them. And Lexi raps as well, and I rap. So I guess 3 of us could do something.
Yeah, and Izzy's dope. Big
right,
hair.
yes, yeah.
So how do you promote yourself on social media? Because you're a young artist.
Correct.
The smaller or the more intimate artist community will know you, like BCC open mics and so on, because we are more or less a family. The artist community is small, but so we are a family.
True.
But now when you want now to expand yourself and grow your art, get paid for it.
Correct.
how are you going to connect with other people who might be looking for a rapper or a spoken word artist or even an actor? You said you're in the NCF ensemble.
Yes.
How would you connect now to those people and say, hey, I'm new, I'm fresh, but I'm very talented and I work hard? How do you get to those people?
Well, Instagram is a beautiful thing.
Okay.
Instagram is a beautiful thing. I do most of my promotion and marketing through Instagram, because I find it comprises of all the mediums. You could do video and photo, and still text to some degree, and sponsored posts. The thing about sponsored posts is that you don't have a choice but to see it. So even if you ain't looking for me, I dare. So Instagram is my main tool of dissemination when it comes to getting myself up there. Also shirts. I wear a lot of printed shirts with my actual stage name on it.
Nice.
So whenever I'm going out to an event that I know they will have people at it that will be interested in artists, I wear that shirt.
Okay.
And I make sure I take pictures where you see the shirt with the stage name on it, so people be like, hey, who is at Stone with Cupid? And they're gonna follow it. I find a lot of people know the name Stone with Cupid on Instagram, and some of them even know it from Tumblr or Twitter or even Facebook. But they really don't know the man behind the name. So I just gotta show my face more. And I think
that it is a stronger outreach than you would say like foot traffic if you put up a poster somewhere, or maybe a billboard if you have that money. Do you think that the connection would be stronger if you did it off of social media?
It depends on your demographic, because a poster, for example, when you catch the yellow vans like Bayfield or Spice Zone, you always see a fat stick up right behind the bus driver.
Yeah.
Everybody sees that fat, but I don't think nobody thinks, hey, I can get to that fat.
Okay.
So as far as brand awareness, I do think putting posters up will create a brand awareness. Like for example at BCC, if you put up something in the student board, everybody's going to see that. So people will know about your brand, or they may know about your event. Same thing with the billboard. Everybody, Flo is excellent at letting you know about Flo. But nobody really knows, or let me not say nobody, because people don't know. Not everyone may know the services Flo provide. Like, I can't tell you a Flo package, but I can
you have to go there and dive in.
I can tell you about Flo. I know Larry is one of the ambassadors for Flo. It's always popping up on my YouTube thing when I'm watching something. But I can't tell you the services. So I think the foot traffic approach will create brand awareness. People will know your brand exists. And people will know Stone with Cupid is a thing. But they may not know Stone with Cupid does.
Okay.
Whereas social media can tell you exactly what I do. A video of me performing makes it very clear I'm a performer.
So kind of like a digital portfolio.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Now tell me, as a young spoken word artist, how would you like to see spoken word develop in Barbados?
Well, Crop is our biggest festival. I would like to see more inclusions of it in the Crop Festival, because spoken word has a very large community in Barbados. A lot of the people in the community may not see it as their day job, but there are tons of poets in Barbados. So I do think that powers that be, that they would Crop should include it more in the festival. I would like to see spoken word also being included in television and radio. I find a lot of broadcasts would use an artist to promote the DJ or the station. Tef would do a little bit of it. Maybe Tef, other artists from the site. But we don't see spoken word ones. We could do the same sort of promotion with spoken word on the radio. Same thing with TV. Couple events we get advertised on CBC. They will have artists. Like that guy from Oh my God, don't use film. That sounded like some freaky girls that me love.
Yeah, I know you
That
mean.
was playing by CBC in loop.
Yeah.
Right? You can have a spoken word artist like that promoting an event related to the spoken word.
That's very, very true. I remember seeing, was it last year or year before, something they had an opening for the NBA, and a spoken word artist opened the show, or it was an ad or something.
Right.
I thought that was so cool. Like, why don't they do that here?
Exactly. Also, when it comes to NIFCA, with the theater finals, at least half of them finalists has been on spoken word.
Yeah.
They should have some sort of competition here. There's a competition in Trinidad organized by a company called Two Saints Movement. They do this, like, it's like pick the grand finals for spoken word, but like the grand prize is like, I don't want to get this sum of money wrong, but it's more than 4 digits. I know that for a fact. I think it's like $15,000 or $20,000.
Wow.
We could do something like that here. Also, they have a YouTube page where the spoken word have the music videos and have like 150,000 views.
Okay.
So clearly there's an audience there for it. So I would like to see like spoken word videos. Can we call them music videos because not really music, but you can still add music to spoken word. I would like to see more videos, radio promotions, a competition, like an actual sanctioned competition where it's promoted, marketed, and we actually get money, all of us. not like I don't. Oh gosh, I don't.
Winner takes all.
Right, like a sort of competition where the winner takes all. A situation where we all contribute and get something. Also, spoken word though is a part of theater. You don't always have to be dramatic with your spoken word. I find Barbados loves when you be loud and big. Spoken word, you could just stand up with a mic stand and play with your voice and do your poetry. You don't need to act it out. If you're acting it out, there's nothing wrong with that because I do both. I add music to my spoken word and I create kind of like this.
But you want people to listen more to the words. Right.
If you want to do like a character dramatization, that is cool. That is also spoken word. But that doesn't have to be the staple and the mandate of what spoken word has to be. Also, what I could be used for this, so I plug in myself here. There are a lot of companies in Barbados which do sponsor posts on Instagram. And I think the easiest way to promote your business, get a spoken word artist to come and do a quick 30-second promo of your company. Put it on Instagram. The spoken word artist has a following, like me, who has like 5,000 Instagram followers. I could promote it. They could promote it, make spoken word artist ambassadors for your company because spoken word, as I said, the operation cost is next to nothing.
Yeah.
We don't got to pay a producer, we don't got to pay an engineer. We could come and give you something in 30 minutes and you could put it out there. And you could use us repeatedly once you give us, free food. If it's a food thing.
I want money though.
Right, money too, money. I was getting that. Money, clothes,
I
food, anything like that. So I do think people don't utilize the talent of a spoken word artist. And something else I would like to see is proper payment. Because we do get paid for shows, but people just feel odd paying you like $1,000 to stand up and talk.
Why do you think that is? Like, they would pay $1,000 for GineOn, well deserved.
Yeah.
But if a spoken word artist goes to perform, $1,000 for poetry, I get like $200 if I got it. If I have it.
If I got it, it's true. I guess it's because they think you're just standing up and talking, but a spoken word act may run for 10 minutes. That's memory exercise. Also, there is a rhythm to it. There is intonation in the voice. There is melody.
There's also research.
Research, right? Because you're talking about something. When Adrian Green stand up and talk for 10 minutes about something, Adrian Green is be hitting you with real lyrics, And that's another thing too. Spoken word is the basis, in my opinion, of nearly every vocal art form. Because when Africans were in the jungle beating drums and humming and chanting, that is technically spoken word. When you take away all of the production aspect from rap, you have spoken word. Same thing with rock music, same thing with jazz. Most musical art forms start with lyric on paper. When you read those lyrics aloud, that is spoken word. Even if you read it aloud with the melody, that's still spoken word. Spoken word is really just a music genre without the music accompanying it. So, like Kevin Hart has stand-up specials where he does an hour long of comedy. I don't know spoken word artists have that much material that they think they can engage the audience with. But spoken word specials should be a thing. The same way how we have comedy specials which will feature like 4 comedians, both doing like a 20-minute act, You could do that with spoken word. You could have 4 spoken word artists put on a show, and the show becomes a special that's aired for pay-per-view on networks. I don't know if networks would be willing to pay for that, but once you could convince them that they have an audience, I think it's possible, because there's really no difference between stand-up comedy and spoken word. It's literally just the voice. And Hamilton, the Broadway play, that's a perfect example to what spoken word could be, because you have theater, you have rap, and you have spoken word in that performance, and that is like a 3-hour play that people pay for to go and see, and it was sold out. So spoken word specials is something I see happening in the future. I don't know if we will have to partner with like somebody outside to really put it on. I would like Barbados to do it ourselves, because our spoken word is indigenous to us, the way we do it. Other people, they kind of do it like an epic way. They would start out really low, and they would build, and the instrumental would be like this big dramatic orchestra, and they're going in all emotional, and the video all emotional, and then in the end, it feels like an explosion that just subsiding. I find that's the American way of doing it. We just kind of got like a constant rhythm going to it.
Okay, so my final question, as always, is the GineOn magazine legacy question. And the question is, what is it that you want to leave behind or be remembered for?
Oh, I like to make an impact in everything I do. So I've been dabbling in teaching every now and then, so I would love to really mold minds of youth to want to pursue a career in the arts, because the arts is still seen as something that you do as a side job. And so I would like to leave a legacy that, you know, you could get paid at all. You could make a living getting paid at all. Right? Like, this is the thing. So I would like to leave behind that legacy where you won't say this is impossible. Somebody did this. If he could do it, I could do it. And I don't want to like hold your hand and give step-by-step manual, but I would like to leave a blueprint that you could follow.
Alright, man. Thanks for coming and chatting with me.
It's been a pleasure.
I hope everybody has heard what this young boy had to say.
Young boy.
Yeah, you young. Guys, we're gonna see you somewhere, sometime, very soon. Later.